Today, we are here to celebrate women's success and entrepreneurs' success in the yacht industry. Our guest today is a great example why we keep telling our young entrepreneurs to choose your business from your passion, not where can you make quick money or someone else doing well, let me do that as well. No, it has to come from here. Also, learn the industry, and she is a great example. When you hear a story, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. With that, it's my great pleasure to introduce Miss Sheila Ruffin, the CEO and founder, or shall we say, the boss of Soca Caribbean Yacht Charters. Miss Sheila already featured in many podcasts, live shows and articles because of her amazing, inspiring journey to reach where she is right now. And I have no doubt it will inspire you too. Let's go. Hello Sheila, how are you?
Hi, I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. And how is your new year so far?
It's going well. Very interesting here in the United States, but going well.
That's nice to hear. Yeah, we are in Denmark facing another lockdown again, I think all over the world. So let's see, let's wish for the better 2021, I guess.
Absolutely.
First of all, before we go into your business and talk about the packages, I really want to get this out from you because your story, ever since I heard it, it was very inspiring, and I want to bring that out to our audience. And could you tell us the whole story about you, where you come from till where you're right now? We really want to know.
Well, thank you. I did not know I was so interesting, but
Yes,
but I appreciate that. So, as stated, my name is Sheila Ruffin. I am the boss of Soca Caribbean Yacht Charters. We are a yacht vacation travel agency that specializes in stress-free, personalized, all-inclusive yacht vacations to a Caribbean oasis. The way that I got into yachting, I was born on Virginia's Eastern Shore. And I know we have an international demographic here, so let me explain the region. If anyone is familiar with, let's say, Washington, D.C., where I grew up was about 3.5-4 hours from Washington, D.C., but it was on the Atlantic Ocean. So right across the pond from everyone in the UK. And then not only was it on the Atlantic Ocean, on the opposite side, it was a peninsula. It was a bay. It's called the Chesapeake Bay, or it's called the Chesapeake Bay. And so my grandfather, whose nickname was Big Rich, he would boat on the Chesapeake Bay with his best friend. And being on the Eastern Shore, everyone had a boat when I was growing up. And so I became familiar with the water. I became familiar with boating from that perspective. I then matriculated to college at Hampton University in Virginia. And there, even outside of my dorm, we had just water was just all around our college. I then matriculated to Howard University School of Law in Washington, D.C. And that is where I really focused on environmental law. Because again, I grew up around the water all of my life, and I really wanted to ensure that the waters of the United States, as well as internationally, was clean, so that people could feel as if there was no type of degradation in the environment. And then after law school, I moved to St. Thomas, Virgin Islands in the Caribbean, and I worked on yacht marina construction, port congestion, boating pollution, and public beach access. And that is where I became specifically familiar with yachting. And I decided to start my own travel company right after that.
Wow, it's like you're almost destined for this field. It's not something that you like, oh, I want that field. Because I always tell the youngster, they always like, oh, what business shall I start? They're like, oh, where's the money is at?
Like,
Right.
no, it's not about that. It's about your passion. Would you interested in that? So your story is like, yes, this is where you, from 6 years old, you said, this is where you need to go. You feel like so.
Right, right.
Okay, let's the company's name, Soca. You seem a person. I saw your website, and everything is very transparent, authentic. So Soca, what does that mean? It must mean something.
Well, thank you for asking. Some people don't ask that question. That is a great question because it really tells the culture of my company. So Soca was named after calypso music. It's called Soca because it is the soul of calypso. Soca.
Okay.
Soca music came out of Trinidad and Tobago. And if anyone knows anything about Trinidad and Tobago, it has one of the best carnivals in the entire world.
Okay. Yes.
It is absolutely amazing. The energy of not only Trinidad, but all of the carnivals throughout the Caribbean. It's an experience that everyone should have at least once. It's the energy, it's the people, it's the dancing, it's the costumes, it's the partying, it's the music, it's the reveling in the streets of the carnival and carnival culture. And so the reason why I named it Soca Caribbean Yacht Charters was two reasons. Number one, I wanted to pay respect to the Caribbean culture. Again, I used to live in the Virgin Islands, in the US Virgin Islands, and the people treated me as if I was a West Indian, treated me as if I was an islander all of my life. I felt so at home with those individuals, and I still do visit the US Virgin Islands. And I just want to pay back the people of the Caribbean for giving me so much joy at a time where I was really, really, really having a difficult time when I moved down there. The second reason I named my company Soca Caribbean Yacht Charters is because I felt that the luxury industry, specifically yachting, has a very traditional feel. You know, I think many people that are in yachting don't break away from the norm. You know, they think yachting has to be stoic and very traditional, and you get on your yacht with your cigar and your stiff drink. And that's not how my company is. I hope everyone can tell that I'm young and cute. I'm a millennial. And so with millennials, you know, we like to have fun. We are the demographic that grew up in the 90s. And so we're way different than our baby boomer counterparts. And so I wanted to name it Soca because I wanted to show the industry that you can be luxurious, state of the art, but you can also be fun, energized, euphoric, and just having an amazing time.
It's just unbelievable, your passion. When you even say just the name, it's not just a name, it means so much to you. And the way you even explaining where that come from, it's just amazing. When our audience sees it, they can tell this is how it will be when they book a yacht chartering with you. So party. That's amazing. Now let's just, I'm more excited now about your business and the model and the packages that you deliver and the destinations. Could you, and also door to door or something different that you do from door to door services? Could you explain that for us as well?
Well, you have definitely done your research.
You are that interesting there.
So let me start with the packages, and if I forget to mention door to door, please remind me. Yeah. But as it relates to our packages, we have 3 different packages. We have our bronze breadfruit. Again, keeping it very authentic to Caribbean culture. We named our packages after local Caribbean fruit. So our bronze breadfruit package is a yacht that can fit up to 6 people. And all of our prices are based on 5 nights, 6 days. Yeah. So for the bronze breadfruit, up to 6 people, that's going to be about 36,000 USD, and all of our prices are in US dollars. Of course, yeah. Our silver soursop package is a yacht that can fit up to 8 people, And that starts off, again, based on 5 nights, 6 days, around 48,000 USD. And then our Gold Guava yacht, that's an up to 10-person yacht based upon 5 nights, 6 days. And that starts off around 57,000 USD. And
I just love the names of the packages. It's just, I know everyone say about I want to be authentic, but this is just take it to the next level.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, I just had to say that in the middle. Sorry, go on.
You're fine. You're fine. And these are catamaran yachts. I just love catamaran yachts. I think it allows people to relax and get a feel that you're not always on the go, but you can also relax and be stress-free as well. And then your second question, as it pertains to our door-to-dock to door services.
Yes.
Unlike my competitors where you get to the marina and that is where you start your vacation, with us, you are going to start your vacation the minute you walk out of your home.
Yes.
So if we have a client that lives in London, he and his family will walk out of their London condo, and we're going to have a black car service that then take you to Heathrow. So you don't have to worry about, an Uber or a Lyft or an airport shuttle. No, you're going to be in luxury the minute you step out of that condo.
Yeah.
Once you take whatever airline you would choose to the Caribbean, once you reach that Caribbean destination, we're going to have ground transportation to take you from that Caribbean airport to the yacht marina. So you're not going to have to deal with, haggling with those island taxis. It's already going to be included.
If they want private jet, you know where to call them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let me put that in the middle just in case.
That's right. If you want a private jet, we do work with private jet companies as well, and you can include that.
Thank you.
And then once you get to the marina, you're going to start your 6-day stay on that state-of-the-art catamaran yacht. We're going to include a personal captain, a personal chef. For that 10-person yacht, you do get a stewardess as well. Your gourmet cuisine, your premium liquor, your water sports equipment, activities and tours are also included. Again, this is all-inclusive, stress-free. Yeah. And then when that client is sad because they have to go back to London, we're going to do everything in reverse. We're going to have that ground transportation to take you from the yacht marina back to that Caribbean airport. And you can have that private jet if you would like. If not, take whatever airline you would like back to Heathrow. And then we'll have that black car service to take you back to your London condo. So door to dock to door.
That is very, very nice. In my services as well, attention to details is important. When they're spending this kind of money, it's very important I'm sure you would take care of that as well. That's the reason you said, okay, no, they don't start the holiday or yacht services from there, it starts from the door. And most of my services start from the door as well. So that's really nice to hear. Your company itself, as a person or your company, I can see that from your website, the way I talk to you, it's authentic, transparent, and very energetic as person you are. I always see a company from a owner or CEO's perspective. I mean, it's always pretty similar. You can see the many similar between a company and the owner, and I can see that with you. So how would you say you stand out other than transparent or authentic? There are more things that your client can take note of you.
Out for a multitude of reasons. Number one, I am a Black woman millennial, and we all know that, the luxury industry, I'm sure you see this with private jets as well, the luxury industry is dominated by white older men. And I say that because I have a different perspective. Again, I've lived in the Caribbean, and so I know the Caribbean from a local's perspective. So when you come to the Caribbean destination, you're really going to see the Caribbean from a local's eye or viewpoint. We're not just going to take you to the tourist attractions. We're going to take you up the mountain to see the bushwoman. The bushwoman who has the elixirs, who has the medicines that can cure cancers and cure diseases. That's not what you're going to see with my competitors. The other thing is you have direct access to the boss, me, of the company. With my competitors, it's not as boutique. It's very what I call big box yacht companies. And so you're not going to get direct access to the CEO of the company. You're going to have to go through different avenues, maybe 4 or 5 different avenues just to talk to the CEO, if you can talk to the CEO. And so with me, you're going to talk directly with me. We're going to work together to customize your yacht vacation. And then thirdly, again, that door to door.
So basically, it's not a ready-made service. It's not a package and you just buy it and that's it. Everything that I tell my client as well, every small details you can customize it. If you want this wine instead of this wine, of course you can have it. It's your
absolutely. And I'm glad you make that point because it is very personalized. It is what you want. If someone were to go on the website and we have several different itineraries, and if a potential client said, you know what, we actually want to have a baby moon. We want to have something because I'm pregnant and we're getting ready to have a baby in about 3 or 4 months. So maybe we can reveal the sex of the baby on the yacht. Then you know what? That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to customize either a pink or blue theme or whatever you want because it's your luxurious state-of-the-art vacation. And many of my competitors do not do what they call event planning. And so they would not be willing to do that for you. So those are just 3 of the reasons why I differ and stand out from my competitors.
And I think because you specialized in Caribbean as well, so as you said that you can do very different or special thing, not just go in a 5-star hotel, stay there and come back, and you go around places because you know these places. So I think that's very, very unique. Just like any businesses, you would have your challenges. What would you say your core challenges in this field?
Definitely. And I'm glad you asked that question. I think many people that I do podcasts with or videos with, they avoid that question. But you know, look, this is business and we all have troubles. Everything is not peaches and cream. Sometimes, you know, it's very difficult. And right now, I'll be honest, it is difficult because of COVID. Back in, I guess, January, February of 2020, so last year, right? Around this time, actually, I became the quote unquote it girl. I was in magazines, Black Enterprise, Travel Noir, the Miami Times, and a host of other publications picked up my story. And I got so much foot traffic, if you will, to my website. So
which you deserve, I think. So good.
Right. So January, February last year, I mean, it was like people want a book, but then shortly after that, of course, we all heard about COVID. And so I hit this plateau. And I'm hoping that that challenge would no longer be, at least within the next few months, as vaccines continue to roll out. So COVID has definitely affected my company as it has worldwide with probably every company. The second thing is that as a Black woman millennial, in this industry, I'm trying to show the yacht industry, my colleagues in the industry, that it should really focus on people of color as well. And the reason it is not just because I'm a person of color, but it's because people of color are more educated and they have more revenue than they have had in previous decades. And so if we continue to overlook this demographic, then other industries that deal with travel, such as the ski industry, which has really focused on people of color, are going to surpass our industry. So it's really time to go after people of color now. And the other thing is go after millennials. From 2026 to 2029, millennials will hit our peak in our earning years, and we will be the most affluent demographic. So it is time to go after millennials now. So within several years from now, we will already have that demographic and we're not trying to catch up. So it's a little bit difficult to educate my colleagues in the yachting industry because I'm young and I haven't been in the industry for 20, 30 years. But if they don't do it, then of course, I'll just keep all the money myself.
It's very interesting, and you're very open about your points as well. You've always been very open about your opinions and your points. So it's great. And who wants to take that advice, they can take on, I guess. Now, future of Soca. Where do you see the future? Do you see more different companies in Soca, or you want to expand out, or you just want to grow where you have right now?
Yeah, this is my favorite question. And I think I've done, I don't know, 20, 30 podcasts in the last year, and I've never gotten that question. So people, I'm not rehearsed. This is like,
I don't think I always, everyone asked me question before the show. I said, no, that's not authentic and that's not real. So
right. This is very much on the cusp. Yeah. But no, I mean, as I think about my company, one of the things that I would love for my company to eventually get into is super yachts. Again, right now we do catamaran yachts, anywhere between about a 48 to about a 60, 65 footer. Mm-hmm. And right now I'm comfortable with that size yacht. Within the next 5 years, I do see us more delving into super yachts. Last year, for 2019, I was in Barcelona for the super yacht show, which I really enjoyed because I know eventually my company will get into super yachts. So that is one thing that I would love to do. The second thing I would love to do is to come up with a Soca Yacht Kids Club. I think that's what I'm going to call it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yacht Kids Club. Yeah, the reason is I feel that here in the United States, inner city kids are not familiar with sailing, boating, and definitely not yachting. Mm-hmm. Many of them don't even know how to swim. They don't know how to fish. Mm-hmm. Not that I know how to fish.
But you want others to know.
Right, wise to know, right? Just like changing a car tire. Yeah. But no, I think that we need to get more inner city youth, Black, brown, white, whatever, so that it's a focus of theirs. And again, I would love to have more diversity and inclusion within this industry. So why not start with our 7 to 12-year-olds or so on, so that when they become 25, 30, 35 years old, they already know the industry. And so I hope to work with people from back home, where I'm from, Virginia's Eastern Shore, to get many of those youth on the water, and then maybe the East Coast, and then maybe just spread it throughout the United States. So those are two of the future things I would love for my company to do.
Very, very interesting. So you meant the super yacht. So is that you expanding out from Caribbean, or you still trying to stay in that field, or you wanted to go worldwide? What's the idea on that?
So far, I think to stay in the Caribbean regarding the super yachts. Eventually, maybe 10 years from now, I do have people that ask about the Meds. The Meds, to be very honest, is not a location that I'm familiar with as of right now. Because again, I want to pay back Caribbean culture, but hey, maybe 10, 15 years from now, we'll expand to the Meds. But right now, I'm really just focusing on Caribbean people, Caribbean culture, and especially because the hurricanes have been so detrimental to many parts of the Caribbean. And so anytime I can give them revenue from my company, I think will benefit them and pay them back and tell them thank you for doing everything they've done for me and my company.
I think you're 100% right, because many families that really depend on tourism and this kind of field really for daily life. So that's very thoughtful, Sheila. So the last question, what's your advice? I mean, to young people who wants to get into the business, become entrepreneur. Because as I mentioned earlier, they always look into, I want to start a business, I want to become an entrepreneur, just because it's cool. Their thing is it's fun, you can make a lot of money. So they look at Instagram and say, oh my God, real estate having more money, I want to do that. Like, are you even interested? No, but there's no more money. So it's always, the entrepreneurs has to be real. It comes from their heart, passion. What's your advice to them?
Well, I'm going to copy you and let it come from your heart. You know, it does have to be out of your passion. My thing is, if you look at yourself, you know, really take a self survey and tell yourself or ask yourself rather, what do I like to do? Jot it down. I don't care if it's reading, sewing, fingernail painting, fixing cars, and going to church. Okay, write all 5 of those things down and then brainstorm to say, how can I put all of these things together into a career? That's exactly what I did. I love law, specifically environmental law. I love to travel. I'm from a place where I grew up around the water. I love NFL football. I haven't found a way to put that in yet, but that's going to come.
Yeah.
And so write down everything that you love. It doesn't have to make sense. If you like dog walking, if you like, I don't know, tree climbing, who cares? Just put it all down and then sew it all together and say, okay, I can put this with this. And that's entrepreneurship. That is different. You know, no one else has a dog business where you can climb trees. I mean, you know, what's going to stand you apart is what's already within you. Don't look at what someone else is doing, but you already have the tools, the passion, the heart, collect it all together and you figure it out. And you don't have to figure it out all at once. Again, I love football and American football.
Not soccer,
I
you
love
call
European football too. No, I love European football too. I studied abroad with the Advanced Studies in England program associated with Oxford University back in summer of 2006. And there is where I really learned about European football because the World Cup was in Germany that year. And gosh, it was amazing. So anyway, but I haven't found a way to put in American football yet into my company. But who knows? Maybe I'll partner with the NFL, or maybe I'll do something with the inner city schools and the NFL will partner with me. I don't know yet. So you don't have to figure it out all at once, but just keep it in the back of your mind. The second thing is become very educated in business. My background, again, is law, environmental law. So I did not have any business marketing classes while I was in college or even in law school.
And what you did there, sorry, Sheila, what you did there, so you're educated in those fields, and the thing that you didn't know about tourism, and you went and got educated afterwards, right?
Absolutely. I went to travel school after I left the U.S. Virgin Islands because I wanted to get a professional education. I knew travel from helping my mom at 6 years old onward, but I went to school to become a professional. So absolutely. So study the field that you want. And then the third thing is, honestly, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys have Shark Tank or maybe a version of Shark Tank.
Yes.
Okay, so I watch a lot of Shark
Tank, we call it,
Okay, there we go. I watch a lot of Shark Tank, and I'm doing, I guess, a shameless plug because maybe they'll put me on their show. But no, I watch a lot of Shark Tank because I never saw business from that perspective. I would read it in books, right? YouTube videos. But to get people that have already walked the walk and talked the talk, and for them to critique other people, it really has helped me. So you can do it, but just follow what's already within you and don't try to copy what other people are doing, because that would make you a replica and not an entrepreneur.
Wow. Thank you so much. And I think this 20 minutes or so is going to help so many new entrepreneurs, also the clients, the audience can see your business. And thank you so much for your time. I know you're very busy. So thank you so much. And I hope you come into another show and talk more about your business. Thank you, Sheila.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.